Suno No-Nos, Node Failures, and Blue Dot Patient Zero. Welcome to the Unlimited Supply Podcast, your daily music business TLDR in your ear, powered by a triple node failure, and brought to you by NoDisc, helping music technology and finance companies navigate the music industry in partnership with Digital Music News. It's August 6th, 2026. I'm Lars Murray. It's Touring Thursday, but before we hit the road, listen, Suno, I have no issue with the idea that you can be the next generation DAW. I truly believe that Gen AI in music will unlock a lot of creativity and revenue, the way sampling and recording technology and even the player piano did. And I think you've made some great hires. But FFS, guys, stop it with the shady stuff. As you probably know, Suno got hacked in mid-July. Over at Music Business Worldwide, Mandy Dalugdug broke the hack down into 5 easy pieces, and they're not pretty. I'm not going to parrot all 5 here. You should go to the article for that. Good work, Mandy. Aside from the code base being revealed and their scraping of copyright material also being revealed, there were 2 other failure nodes in Suno. 1, more than 55 million email addresses and Stripe records were exposed. That's people's data. I've been studying AI and security this week. Big problem. But worse, and we also learned this in AI school, you got to get ahead of these things. You've got to share them with your customers and the public. Suno sat on the breach for 8 full months. They never told users, and now they're facing a class action over the silence. Even more work for Suno's thundering horde of litigators, and even more stress on the massive stash of rods they're drawing on to pay them. Get it together, guys. Pay the artists and songwriters, clean up your security apparatus, and let's hit the road. More earnings palooza in the live sector. Sphere had its Q2 earnings call this week. Las Vegas's operation was up 29% year over year. Thank you, Wizard of Oz. Overall, Sphere's top line was up 11%. It beat the street, but losses were up double that, 22% to $63 million. Oof, can this thing ever make money? James Dolan is having a phenomenal run of luck this year. Anyone who predicted that these 2 nodes would not fail, that the Wizard of Oz would save the Sphere, and that the Knicks would win the championship, both in the same year, this year, would have been laughed out of the room as recently as last fall. I guess if you can't be smart, be lucky. Musicben, or Ben James of Studio.io, that's studio with a V, is becoming one of my favorite LinkedIn followees. His latest share is a map of the IRL, not just live music, landscape. His headline, IRL is back, which is supportable given that it did go away for a while during the pandemic. Of course, that was 5 years ago now, and it's been back for a while. But like the cat from the pet cemetery, it's a little different. It's a little strange, maybe a little more evil, and it's certainly not back for smaller clubs, venues, and especially club-level artists who are barely breaking even on tour, if that. First, they came from my unit sales, then they came from my tour income, and you know the rest. But anyway, if you want a handy-dandy infographic that probably includes some companies and even entire IRL sectors that you didn't know existed, check it out over on LinkedIn. There's a link in the show notes. Every Thursday, we spend an inordinate amount of time scanning the listings, sifting for nuggets, and helplessly hoping that one day a combination of Claude, Bands in Town, and Google will be able to do this for us. Yes, by brute force, we assemble and discuss the artists dominating their markets, a few artists who might be punching above their weight, and a few you might be surprised still have tickets available in the U.S. music capitals, New York, L.A., and Nashville. We call it the Who Sells Out. And this week, it's a little shorter and less detailed than usual because all 3 of the nodes, the combination of Claude, Bands in Town, and Google that I use to assemble this report every week, failed in some way. So let's not start in a music capital, let's start in a former one, Boston. If you're in the Boston area this week looking for tickets to see BTS at Gillette Stadium, well, tickets for tonight are pretty accessible. Over at Digital Music News, Ashley King reported yesterday that they were going for as little as $8 a pair for nosebleeds, and more were going for as little as $18. What does it all mean? Bots is what it all means. In New York, Mumford & Sons are playing Madison Square Garden Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. The Prize Fighter Tour still has some rear floor seats available, but not much. We're going to call that one a triple sellout. In LA, Counting Crows are a sellout at the Hollywood Bowl both nights. That would be tomorrow and Saturday night. Rufus Du Sol at the Kia Forum is playing a bunch of nights this week. Very, very hard to get a ticket to that, but still some available. Ed Sheeran is playing SoFi on Saturday night with predictable results. But the big surprise for me was Megan Moroney. She sold out 2 nights, tomorrow and Saturday, at Crypto, all the way to the nosebleeds, save a stray single here or there still available at Face. Benson Boone didn't quite manage to pull that off at Crypto on Monday and Tuesday. Some important club shows this week, none of which are sold out. Yard Act is playing the Terragram tonight. The Beths are all over the Southland with and without Beach Bunny. And as Musicben noted, the smaller club shows are struggling. So, get off your duff, go buy a club ticket, and support developing artists. In Nashville, the Black Keys had a high-profile tour cancellation last year. They were, in fact, patient zero in the Blue Dot Fever epidemic. They've got 2 nights tonight and tomorrow at the Pinnacle, and Node Failure neither is sold out, and resale tickets are 10% below face. On the other hand, Co Wetzel is as close as you get to a sellout at the Bridgestone. That's on Saturday night. And if you're an old, Howard Jones is playing with Wang Chung, the English Beat, Modern English, and of course Richard Blade, that LA guy, at the Ascend Amphitheater on Sunday. There's still tickets available for that. Support for Unlimited Supply is provided by you, our listeners. The Unlimited Supply trucker hat is the ultimate accessory for the music industry insider. It will keep your head from getting sunburn at an outdoor show. It will also signal to other industry insiders that you know who sells out, you know that no conflict means no interest, and you know that one rod equals $100 million. If you want to help me pay the bills here, you can go buy one over at unlimitedsupplypod.com. If you want to help in a way that doesn't require a credit card, just tell a friend or 3 about Unlimited Supply or hit that follow button wherever you get your pods. Drop us a rating and or a review on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify. Or best of all, follow us on Substack. Links are in the show notes, but you can also visit unlimitedsupplypod.com to sign up for our newsletter, to tell us what you think about the show, to suggest feature ideas, to feed us info, to feed us lunch, to call us out on our dubious assertions, and to tell us what we're missing out on. I'm Lars Murray. Sorry if I'm a little saltier today than usual. It must be the sea air or the node failures. But remember, sea air, node failures, or anything else they throw at you in this business, no conflict means no interest.